The core of a community is what reflects its overall health. It reminds us of our history and our roots. It serves as a blueprint and roadmap for where we are going. It reminds us of recent struggle and challenges that we have endured. It shows us how plans change through disaster. Yet its compass stays future-focused, where public investment and new street networks emerge, new investment and new opportunity follow, new housing to support our growing workforce, new community hubs to welcome our youngest minds, continued planning to bring new destinations to life, new development, and a roadmap influencing more than what the eye can see. Across the community, inspiration emerges through continued investment, resilient growth, and a business community united through recovery.
Today we celebrate wins, respect adversity, and build resiliency as we remain forward-focused. Thank you for being a part of this precious community, and welcome to the 35th Annual MEDCO Business Meeting. Good afternoon, and thank you for gathering and reflecting with us as we stay sharply focused on the future. My name is GLEW, and I have the honor of leading the MEDCO team. Before we get started today, I want to take just a moment to introduce you to our full staff.
Hi, I'm Emily RUSS, and I'm our Workforce and Communications Specialist. The e-blast, our website, the annual report many of you received last week, those are all my responsibility. I also lead our Community Promise initiative, in which you'll hear much more about in a few minutes.
Hi, I'm Michelle Klein, and I am the Executive Assistant. I manage much of the business side of our organization, organize and facilitate our meetups that we host as part of our Startup Exchange Network, and support the details around much that we do.
Hi, I'm Brady Quinn, and I'm the newest member of the team. I'm your Business Retention and Small Business Specialist. Especially during a year like 2020, making sure that we maintain strong relationships with our existing business community is paramount. I'm excited to get to know all of you more in the new year.
Hi, I'm Dustin Kern. I'm a part-time project manager here with the MEDCO team. In 2020, I've been busy working with the Iowa Economic Development Authority to obtain a recertification for our Marion Enterprise Center shovel-ready industrial park. I'm also the project manager for our Marion Community Build Home, which we're going to learn more about here shortly.
While this year's annual meeting is much different than hosting over 500 people at the Marriott, we're pleased to still have strong corporate partners helping us to underwrite this event. Thank you to Alliant Energy for continuing to serve as the presenting sponsor. Alliant is a strong partner in the work that we do, especially through 2020. They have been heroes in supporting our community's recovery, especially after the August derecho, and we thank them for their continued support. Our leadership investors represent our three largest financial supporters each year, and they are significant partners who are also represented on our board of directors. These organizations include Farmers State Bank, the City of Marion, and Lynn County. We really thank the Board of Supervisors for their support. We'd also like to thank these supporting partners. They include Kinseth Hospitality, Marion Process Solutions, ITC Midwest, and Onward Bank and Trust. We are very proud to have these companies stand alongside us to make this event possible. Believe it or not, 2020 was a strong construction year. If you look at this chart, you can actually see that the value of new starts decreased from 2019, but our strong pipeline entering the year led to $57 million of new construction that either wrapped up or is continuing in 2020. Let's take a quick look around the community. There was big progress made at Squaw Creek Crossing with the completion of the first multi-tenant commercial building. Now, this development is located at the intersection of Highway 151 and 13. Also out here, this new multi-family housing project is an exciting new design for the community. It'll feature 88 units and represents a $15 million investment. You will see an additional building get underway as part of this residential project as we wrap up here in the year. One investment you might not notice on the outside is that of U.S. Cellular. U.S. Cellular employs nearly 300 people at its call center on Armour Drive. This year, they completed a $2.4 million project to renovate and update their facility. Just a side note, when you call your cellular provider, does someone in Marion, Iowa actually answer the phone? Just saying. The new Victory Sports Center is wrapping up construction. This 19,000 square foot building will be home to multiple Ninja Warrior courses, warp walls, those fun rock climbing walls. The project is owned by Eric and Stephanie Phillips, who own next door Victory Gymnastics Training Center. Expedited by the Fall Derecho Electric Specialty Manufacturing, they just broke ground on a second building to their campus in the Marion Enterprise Center. ESM provides custom machining for a variety of industries. They first invested in this location in 2015. Just south of the Marion Police Station, this flexible storage and warehouse facility is underway. This is an $11 million project that will feature a 60,000 square foot primary facility with flanking buildings to support flexible use by small business and individuals. Hidden along a newly constructed section of 6th Avenue in the core of the community is this multifamily project. It's being constructed by TWG Development. It features a mix of 1, 2, and 3 bedroom units. There are 52 units in total, representing a $9.4 million investment. So consider this. In 2019, the total value of all new residential housing starts, all different types of housing, so single family and multifamily combined, in 2019 that value was $25.2 million. This year, just through October, the number is already higher at $26 million. This has been an extremely strong housing year in the community. We know that this year, perhaps even more than how it impacted corporate bottom lines, the greatest impact has been on people. In the past 12 months, our MSA, representing Lynn, Jones, and Benton counties, has lost 10,000 jobs. Our 7-county regional labor force has dropped by 22,000 people. That means there's fewer individuals available or willing to work. As the unemployment rate continues to recover, now down to 3.6% as a state and 5.7% as a county, we know that we must remain focused on developing and retaining future workforce.
In 2017, Marion Economic Development brought our partners together and designed the framework of Community Promise. The work of connecting our youth with their future careers will never be finished, but the progress we've made has been significant. One of the first goals we shared with you was that 70% of graduating seniors would be on a pathway to receiving education or training beyond high school. Today, we're happy to report that in our community, over 75% of graduating seniors are on that pathway after graduation. In 2019, the state average was just 58%.
You might notice this big sign in this front yard as you drive by on 8th Avenue. This year we launched a new partnership called Marion Community Build. You can read more about it in our 2020 annual report at medcoiowa.org. It works like this. MEDCO finds and purchases a home in need of repair. The City of Marion provides low to moderate income dollars to improve the home. Students from both Marion and Linn-Mar, who perhaps are interested in the construction trades, do all the construction work. Of course, led by a teacher. Once complete, we will sell the home to a low to moderate income qualified family. We are so proud of this new partnership launched in 2020. Check this out.
The City of Marion has become known for putting the unity in community, and this is just one of those examples.
We are going to be creating affordable housing for low to moderate income families and individuals, so we're excited about that process. We hope that we're able to find properties where once we complete this one, we move on to a new neighborhood, and we're able to kind of light a spark per se in neighborhoods that are ready for some new reinvestment.
In a community that talks so much about new growth and new development, it's really exciting to see redevelopment conversations started, and with such a great group of partners, with the city working with Linn-Mar and Marion Independent and MEDCO. It's just a great collaborative effort.
These are students from both Marion and Linn-Mar working together on this program. So that doesn't happen very often, but we're really excited to be able to bring those students together.
The students can learn just as much in a remodel as they can a new house, and it kind of prepares them better for their future when they move out. because not every single person who moves out is going to be able to buy a brand new house. So why not teach them the skills and abilities to remodel the house that they're probably going to be moving into?
It's an opportunity for the students to also contribute to their community and to be part of the growth and be part of shaping our community.
I really decided to do this class just because hands-on work, get to come out here, and a lot of my buddies were doing it, so I just came out here, we're having fun, just reconstructing. It's something that we all like to do and we all get along doing it. We all work well with each other and it's just fun.
We're really proud of our students because this is ownership in their community, it's ownership in their future, and we're really excited to play a part in it, and we're really looking forward to taking these homes and turning them into really livable spaces for families.
Another big win in 2020 was the funding of our very first Pursuit Grant. Pursuit Grants are available to students who have built a relationship with a business partner but need a little more training, education, or tools to be fully qualified for a position at that company. When a business chooses to invest in completing that student's training, Pursuit Grants become available to support both the student and employer. We'd like to introduce you to our first Pursuit Grant recipient, Corbin Cruiser.
I'm the first recipient of the Community Promise Pursuit Grant. Kirkwood had a class that I could take my junior year for welding, and CNC was also a part of that. So my junior year I went in, I took the welding class and the CNC class, and I ended up actually liking CNC more. I was working just the typical high school jobs, and I was just kind of saying, hey, I want to get in and start my career off, or get kind of a jump. And he's like, well, I work at Crystal Group, and I'm sure if you apply, they'd be happy to hire you as an intern. At the moment, I'm a CNC operator, but I would like to, in the near future, get more into programming. Previously, I was using borrowed tools from either my coworkers, my dad, or even my grandpa. And with this Pursuit Grant, I was able to, return the borrowed tools from the family members and purchase my own tools, which was a great thing to have. The Pursuit Grant gave me a great boost in the right direction for my own career.
If you or your business are not connected with Community Promise, please get in touch with Emily. And if you have a soon-to-be graduating student that you would like to hire and help them pay for training to be ready for your business, learn more about Pursuit Grants. Go to communitypromise.org. We would love to fund an additional grant or 2 or 3 or 5 in 2021. So as you can see through Community Promise, we have remained forward-focused, investing beyond this challenging year. You could say the same about several new development projects being planned right here in the community. Entering 2021, despite the headwinds we faced, we are pleased to be working with 20 unique projects representing the potential of $104 million in new development. Here's a sneak peek. We're finalizing a partnership with a local development team to construct this 60,000 square foot flexible industrial and warehouse space. It will be located in the Marion Enterprise Center and is designed to support one or multiple tenants with plenty of dock and overhead door configurations. Construction will start in the spring, with occupancy still available in 2021. As hospitality continues to rebound, watch for construction of this project to begin mid-year. This Holiday Inn Express and Suites will be the 10th hotel owned by Hart Family Hotels. This is a 93-room hotel that will serve as an important asset to supporting the growing sports tourism industry that we all know is going to be driven by Prospect Meadows. In just a month or two, the YMCA will open its new regional facility along Tower Terrace Road. It is beautiful. We had an opportunity to tour it last month, and we are so thrilled to be a part of a large team of city, chamber, community leaders who have persisted to make this project happen. We've also spent the year working with a few developers considering redevelopment concepts for the old YMCA site. Right now, this concept is being considered for the site and working its way through city approvals. As proposed, this is a $27 million investment that would include 127 market rate apartments. And earlier this year, as owners of the Marion Enterprise Center, MEDCO Holding Company partnered with Shive Hattery to develop a more specific vision for some of this higher visibility ground along Highway 151. We share this plan as we know several of our construction companies and several of our developers are always working with businesses and companies looking to identify next opportunities. If this area is attractive to you as adjacent ground continues to fill up along the highway, we would love to work alongside you. There is much to be excited about as we look forward to 2021, including a pretty exciting project that we hope to announce just around the new year, not far from where we are standing here right now. So I am joined now by MEDCO's executive leadership team. This group is primarily made up of our incoming board chair, current board chair, and our outgoing board chair. Each role is a 2-year term served by these individuals. So by the time you get off our executive committee, you have been on our team for a total of 6 years. Let me start first by introducing you and talking to our current board chair. This is CHERI MONAHAN. She's Director of Growth Strategies for Central Iowa Power Cooperative. CHERI, you're wrapping up your term as our board chair. And what I want to ask you is, at our board meeting this past month, we asked our full board to think about wins that would make them smile in the new year. I want to use that question as we reflect back for a moment. What has made you smile as you think about the work of this community during your time as our board chair?
Well, thanks, Nick. There's so much to be thankful for, but I'm really proud that we right-sized the organization and helped you with your business retention and expansion efforts through another staff person, fully staffed again. Community Promise, really 2 years ago, was just a concept, and now we've funded our first pursuit grant. Using the revolving loan funds that were just sitting there stale to do a community build. And the partnership with Linmar and Marion that will hopefully be sustainable for years to come. So proud to have joined you in Japan to represent Marion through the grassroots exchange with the Japan Foundation. And mostly this year, just the care that you've shown for the community and being a great resource as we've lived through COVID and derecho and everything. Just being a great resource, so thank you.
Yeah, thank you, CHERI. And we really appreciate your leadership over the last couple of years. You don't get to leave the executive committee, though, right? You got a couple more years. This next guy does, however. This is Lee Eilers, President and CEO of Marion Process Solutions. Lee, just reflect for a moment, just simply on our journey and the trajectory that you see our community, this organization, just from your perspective as a business leader.
Sure. It's been so fun to not only watch, but also participate as a part of the MEDCO team. And from a trajectory standpoint, I've never been involved in a community that is this focused on just providing an exceptional experience for individuals and for families to thrive, right? And what I've seen is that comes out of having high expectations. And you know, it started with you, Nick, when you stepped on board at MEDCO. You set the tone. You know, CHERI and Mary and Mayor Nick and Jill Ackerman. You know, you set a great tone to have high expectations of excellence, and that feeds on it. That feeds on itself, and creates a lot of excitement and enthusiasm and a lot of pride. And I would just say the other component to that is, you know, the power of purpose, right? To create that exceptional environment allows people to rally around that, and I think that was front and center with what happened here with derecho and how quickly the city rallied around not just the needs, but most importantly each other. And that is really attractive and a very powerful thing. And I mean, the best is yet to come here for Marion, without question.
Lee, thank you for your time on this executive committee. I think we're all going to miss your drive and, frankly, your expectation of excellence. I mean, you talked about that as far as how we model that, but thank you for challenging us and driving us to be at the point that we are. So thank you very much.
It's been pure joy. Thank you.
Mary Meisterling, Mary is Manager of Business Support and Development for Alliant Energy. You get to take over as board chair on January 1st. What excites you as we think about the new year and, quite frankly, beyond?
You know, it's really an exciting time. We're going to miss Lee. Thank you for your service. You gave us the purpose that this organization needed to rally behind. It's become how we do and conduct our business. CHERI, you've been great to work with. I look forward to your continued leadership on the executive team with me. And Nick, we're all here because you brought purpose, the sense of purpose that Lee talked about. You brought purpose to this organization that we, you know, I'm on a lot of different commissions and committees, as are these two, and I'm always enthused when I come to our meetings and everybody's there. And everybody's not only there in person, they're there in presence, and they're very engaged, and it's because of your leadership. I look forward to having the house finished by the students in Marion in a rehabilitation effort. I look forward to continued growth of Community Promise. It's a model for the state, engaging our students to develop careers and opportunities that they can have here in Iowa, in Marion specifically. And I'm just excited for the growth and opportunity at the Marion, at the MEC, hopefully a groundbreaking or a ribbon cutting. And just excited to be here. 2021 is something that we're all looking forward to as we say goodbye to 2020.
That's right. So this is our core leadership team, everyone. And we also need to specially recognize and thank two individuals who are completing their service to our full board. First, Tom Barnes from Barnes Manufacturing. He's been a staple of this organization for well over a decade. And then also Eric Hanna with Hogan Hansen. He leaves us after serving as our treasurer for the past 7 years. Eric, congratulations on your recent promotion and best wishes up there in Pantherland. As we come close to wrapping up our time, I want to again thank our presenting sponsor, Alliant Energy, as well as our great leadership and supporting partners that helped make this time possible. Also, if you are not a part of our organization as a business investor, we invite you to join our 160 partners by learning more at medcoiowa.org/invest. Following the August derecho, our community pulled together in a remarkable way. Our city, our chamber, our people, our entire community was impacted, and we all responded together. I'll never forget all of us coming together just days after the derecho in my office, and we used this map. We placed it on the floor and we drew out zones, we created lists, and we got in our cars and simply started asking our business community, what do you need? In fact, between the pandemic and the storm, our team has made more than 1,000 business contacts asking that same question. What we found is a community determined to persevere.
August 10th started out as a pretty normal day in the new normal with COVID and everything.
It's a sunny day out, and you hear the siren. What's the siren for? Someone steps out, it's a little cloudy, and then boom, it got dark, like right now.
I've never seen the street signs flutter the way they did when that wind really picked up, and that's when we knew we were in for something big, something different.
It was the sounds of the impact that made it real. And that's when we knew something was happening. We heard the glass. After the storm, Joe Schmidt had grabbed me and had told me that my office was gone. He took me up the stairs. He kicked in my office door, and we saved my computer and a few photos.
And all you start to think about when you're an owner or when you're part of a business, at least our team was, what are we going to do when this ends so that we can get back on our feet? And that was really what we started thinking immediately was, let's not focus on what's happened, let's focus on how we're going to get through this just like we had to get through COVID.
I mean, it just came down to business continuity. What do you need first in order to keep the business running? You need a business system, then you need power, and then you need a place to work. We lost 7,000 square foot of production space that we had to relocate in 5 days is what we did it in.
You kind of go by your heart. You want people to be healthy, you want them to be safe, you know, and they want to see someone who is strong and comfortable in the situation. You communicate to them.
The best thing we could do for our employees was keep our doors open. And so our goal was to, again, let everybody know we were going to take this one day at a time.
Everything we're learning, we're going to apply it somehow, some way to some other situation. And if we have that spirit as a team, and frankly as individuals and as you know, spouses and parents, a lot of good can come out of that.
We can look at this kind of a disaster, two disasters, and know that somewhere down the way we're going to get through it.
And we're a much stronger team coming out of this year than I think we would have ever been had this not happened.
The one great thing about human nature is there's typically hope, right? There's hope that things will be better. We certainly hope for the same here at Rapids. And I think this entire community does. We've seen some pretty devastating things in this community. We've seen floods, we've seen tornadoes, we've seen all kinds of natural disasters. And amazingly, the community seems to come back stronger than it was before the damage came. And a lot of times it leads to rebirth and new thinking and new opportunities. And so we really embrace that. I think it's look at these things as an opportunity for change, as an opportunity for improvement.
We leave you today with words of encouragement from our board of directors. These are quotes of inspiration and encouragement that have served as foundations in companies spread across our community. Have a blessed holidays, a happy new year, and we look forward to working with you in 2021.